back
to a bunch of pricks.
I have decided now that my camera persona is always to be shouting at the camera. Maybe I will also have fans like Uzi then.
I've decided my camera persona is finally showing up in front of the camera. Okay, people know I'm still a part of this.
Yeah. These guys fucking keep getting jobs and I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, so, these guys have camera personas.
So guys, welcome to the Cactus podcast. The F in Cactus stands for fuck SOPs. But what are we talking about today?
First of all, quick off introduction to all the audio listeners, because I'm sure they might not know. We have Saad will be joining us again.
Hello.
To the studio today. Abdullah and I have been around. You guys have heard us in the previous podcasts. So, with that being said, Saad, let's ask you one question that you didn't get a chance to answer. What is your favorite kind of art form?
My favorite type of art form? Yeah, I'll actually tell you something interesting. And a lot of people might not think this, but personally, I don't like performance arts as much. You know, I have very little appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Unless it's one thing that I'm listening to music on my phone, or like maybe I'm watching a YouTube video of a stand-up comedian, but I very rarely do enjoy going to these things. You know, personally, when I'm experiencing them, I don't enjoy them as much as, say, I love theater art the most. You know, theater performances, I like those a lot more than maybe, say, music or live paintings or stuff like that. You know, where I think I have a genuine problem. I have a very low appreciation for art generally in my life. You know, I can look at a painting and I be like, that's a nice painting, but that's about it.
Fair enough.
Poetry, वगैरह, it doesn't really hit me much. But I think theater is an art form that I can really appreciate. I love going to plays. I like watching them. So stuff. I guess theater.
ये इसलिए आप corporate नौकरी करते हैं.
बातें छोड़ना.
नहीं, but I think you like what समीर उस दिन बात कर रहा था जिस थिएटर की जहाँ पे उन्होंने मूस बूश भी सर्व किया था, बाद में डिजर्ट भी था. It was all themed around the same kind of thing.
Yeah, the food was supposed to connect you to the actual performance.
I feel like you guys underestimate my support for this channel. I have seen all our podcasts so far.
Nice. I mean, my point is for it to illustrate to the audience now. क्या तुम समझ रहे हो?
I mean, to be fair, you can't like blame us for having
I can't
having that impression.
Fair enough. To anyone who doesn't know or hasn't gathered from our last few videos,
I am insecure.
I feel like everyone knows that. I think I haven't been able to be around as much, but hopefully now that the podcast format is back and we're doing this, I'm excited to be here.
One of the reasons it's back is because it's easier. And we figured out that if we upload longer videos and fewer of you watch them, we still get more watch hours.
That is a bullshit. I don't know why these guys keep the reason why it happened was that we had this huge gig with PSL and we were fucked on busy, and obviously we didn't have a lot of time to ideate and sit and like make sketches or
and like produce proper content. Yeah.
So we decided the podcast was an easy way out for us for the time being, but the fuckery of it is PSL has been postponed indefinitely. So you might just see our sketches and all that stuff come back.
To be fair though, I feel like at least like I think all of us were personally quite into the idea of a podcast. That was kind of how we started Cactus as a podcast show, and then we do other things, but then we decided to do that in reverse. So I think we're all pretty happy to be doing it. It was about time, and
for sure.
But having said that,
and so PSL being cancelled sucks. I mean, it's cool because I finally get a weekend after a long time,
but we don't get paid in full.
Yeah.
Because I was really hoping for that payment. Yeah.
And I feel like I was also kind of getting like it had gotten so like there was a point initially where it sucked and like I didn't, and so the work wasn't the funnest, but also like the matches were kind of getting boring because you don't get to enjoy the cricket like you normally would as a fan. And then I feel like towards the end, like the last few days, I really started following it. Like I was going home and even when I wasn't like in a shift, I was still watching the games.
I'm really happy the PSL is cancelled. Aside from
Yes.
the obviously
Yeah.
the setback that was to
Yeah, my
forward.
problem से relate नहीं करता ना.
But यार मैं स्टेडियम के पीछे रहता हूँ. मैं स्टेडियम के से literally 2 मिनट पीछे रहता हूँ and my life is hell every time the PSL comes around. I just wish it would go back to Dubai or just stay in Lahore. Because like Karachi is not built for this. Like stadium पहले जब यहाँ बना था इतनी आबादी नहीं थी.
But then, it was interesting to read because I think a lot of people have this opinion in Karachi. I think ज़्यादा resentment है कि यार just fucking take it away, take it to Lahore or something. And we thought कि यही होगा कि वो एक जगह पे limit कर देंगे ताकि उनका क्या कहते हैं ये eco bubble कहते हैं ना bio bubble ज़्यादा strong हो जाए. लेकिन right before cancelling, they almost decided that the entire PSL is going to happen in Karachi. And I was like, wouldn't Saad love that? Wouldn't Saad just love that?
I genuinely, I think earlier this morning we were texting and you guys were telling me about it getting cancelled and genuinely as soon as you wrote ke there's a possibility all the matches happen in Karachi, I was like, man, mujhe rona aa jayega. Because here's the thing, for everyone else in Karachi it's like, oh chalo roadein zara si band hai, lekin at least jab roadein band hai we'll all sit at home or go to a friend's house and we'll watch cricket with our friends and our family and we'll all enjoy it. Us time ke daran I'm just sitting at home, not with my friends and family because they're all watching cricket and unable to go anywhere. So it sucks for me.
Yeah, but I do blame you a little bit for not being a cricket fan.
Man, I blame my family for this. It's a traumatic experience, which is why I don't like cricket. I've spoken about this in therapy, actually. But I genuinely think the reason is कि बचपन में जो है ना मेरे घर बहुत सारे लोग हर weekend आ जाते थे and like my extended family मिलने आती थी और मेरा घर था तो मैं बैठ के टीवी लाउंज के अंदर कार्टून देख रहा होता था और सारे मेहमान आते थे they're like हटो बच्चा हम क्रिकेट देखेंगे. I'm like क्या मतलब क्रिकेट देखेंगे? And I don't think I've been able to watch cricket ever since, like enjoy it because I don't know, maybe it's a psychological thing.
That's how I became a fan. Exactly same process. And I had to watch it. So but yeah, I think
to make up for it, Saad still watches cartoons.
Yeah,
because he's really mad about it. So he's like, fuck it,
Yeah, Saad-
baby, cartoon ही देखूंगा.
this is one of those rare podcast panels that we put up where the majority don't watch anime.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So Shahrukh and I are going to enjoy this as we tell Saad how we're not going to be talking about anime today.
हाँ तो
Anime is
Jujutsu
cartoon.
Kaisen.
Anime is cartoon.
Anime is a cartoon. It is
Okay,
Japanese cartoons.
Even level of people.
I thought you would be offended by that statement. वैसे.
No, I mean anime. देखो, it is a type of cartoon.
not
It's
fucking
Japanese
talking about
animation.
it.
But
That's-
let's निकल यहाँ से. But honey, I figured like foot in the door situation. But let's not talk about anime.
Stop mentioning it. Doesn't exist.
Like-
We never had this. Cut this.
I thought it was like Pokemon.
अच्छा, but
Pokemon. I like Pokemon. We can talk about Pokemon.
Don't engage.
We can talk about Pokemon. We can talk about
engage.
Beyblade.
yeah,
We can talk about.
actually, I feel like that's a sweet spot for Pakistan. It's
Come
not.
on, there's no way
we
you
don't
like
consider it
Pokemon
anime
or
because
Beyblade.
everyone watched it.
Or Blazing Teens.
For audio listeners, I am just looking at camera right now.
But Acha, wait, did you not have that from 5 p.m. to 6:30 wala where it's Pokemon, Beyblade, Dragon Ball Z?
So
Come on, and then you go outside and play football.
Let's be honest. For us,
sure.
for us, that's not anime. That's just regular cartoon.
Yeah, that was just a regular fucking Cartoon Network cartoon.
That was my first. क्या कहते हैं वो ना? The way that I consumed it the first time, I was like ये कार्टून देख रहा हूँ, कार्टून के बाद एक और कार्टून आ रहा है, उसके बाद एक और कार्टून आ रहा है, फिर मैं होमवर्क करने जा रहा हूँ. Later, I found out this was all anime shit, and I was like, man, these fucking
Did you
weebs
guys-
cheated.
Did you guys do homework before or after cartoons?
So my mom would always kind of try to make me do it before,
Yeah.
but then after a while, like I think it was after a couple of report cards, we were like, can you let us do what we want now because we get the grade? She was like, okay.
Acha, I think मेरा उल्टा चलता था. There was a point I was doing work before I'd start watching the cartoons, and then I, lost all my motivation and I'm like, अच्छा screw it, रात को कर लूँगा. I think.
Yeah, same with me because I used to do it before and it was good because I'd be done and then I'd watch my cartoons and then I'd have happy. But then eventually I realized that I could do other things before I started watching the cartoons. I'd like, हाँ कर लूँगा homework, कर लूँगा.
Yeah.
And it came to a point eventually where I had to do it at night, so I did it at night. But then sometimes I didn't do it.
Yeah. Go to school in the morning, go like, oye, copy kara.
And that's where it began.
Oh, but I think skip.
I related to that in the second half of my school life because पहले मैं पप्पू बच्चा था. I used to get positions and shit. Like मैं tie लगा के बटन ऊपर तक.
नहीं वो मैं करता था लेकिन पोजीशन नहीं आती थी.
हाँ same.
But I could not imagine a night where I hadn't done homework because I wouldn't go to sleep. Like,
Okay.
Fair enough.
But boy, did that change.
Man, I remember my family. You know that thing families do where they're like, के, ओ बचपन में तुम ये करते थे और ऐसे थे. My family would tell me all the time कि, man, Saad, they still say it, like Saad is such a responsible child. I remember when he would come back home on a Friday, he'd do his homework immediately, so he'd have the entire weekend free. And they kept saying that to me even when I was doing my homework Monday morning.
Families do this, right? Where they lie about what you used to be like. Like I remember.
Maybe they were. I was like that. I was like
with me,
that.
like my parents keep saying तुम पहले जब छोटे थे तो सब कुछ खाना खाते थे, ये भी करते थे, वो भी करते थे, अब क्या हो गया? And I'm always like, यार मुझे बिल्कुल याद नहीं है. कभी बादाम पिस्ते वाली फिरनी पसंद है या like वो सब चीज़. I don't like that stuff. Like I don't think I ever have. What are you talking about?
I feel like I spent a lot of time putting in good boy points with my family.
Yeah.
So. And like I remember whenever someone would offer me food and I'd say मुझे नहीं खाना, they'd say नहीं try करो. And I came up with this I'd say नहीं मैं try कर चुका हूँ, मुझे असल में पसंद नहीं है. And they're like, oh अच्छा जब तक तुमने try किया हुआ है. And then they turn around to their own children and be like Saad.
But that's a nice respectful family though. So with me it's like हाँ मैंने try किया हुआ नहीं लेकिन ये वाला try करो. आज अभी भी ना try करो. It's like नहीं करना.
With regards to the whole responsible wala I think parents also don't understand, like they see people also just don't understand what a burnout is. Like कि तुम पहले करते थे अब क्यों नहीं? Cause बैचो थक गया करके.
Like तो बात है यार.
Like तुम बचपन में तो ये बहुत करते थे. Like ये मेरा बचपन लग रहा है तेरे को?
Man, that's my family asking me why I don't come over anymore.
Yeah. Like when you're a kid, you like going over to like relatives' houses and like you have a good time with your kid and everyone wants to play with you.
Yeah.
But then you grow up and people don't really want to play with you anymore. They want to sit and talk and they're not really that interesting. So it's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Were you guys allowed to go to your friend's house when you were younger? And I don't mean like toddler young. I mean like say 6th grade to O levels के बीच में.
I mean not unless it was actually such a pain in the ass that you would rather just skip it.
Like, wait, you guys were not allowed to go?
So I had like a whole ass questionnaire where like वो उसकी अम्मी क्या करती हैं,
अच्छा हाँ ये तो होता है,
उसकी बहन क्या करती है, उसके चाचा का क्या बिजनेस है, वो कितने रुपए कमाते हैं महीने में,
Oh damn,
really?
नहीं
I genuinely don't know. Pakistani families do surprise you with some of the things they ask.
No, my mom would basically just be like make it so annoying for me that I'd be like fuck it, okay, I'm not going.
So throughout when I was young, I think I've had one friend come to my house and I've gone to one friend's house before O levels. And O levels के अंदर the first time I went to a friend's house unaccompanied by my parents was like
One second. So before that you took to friends' houses accompanied by your parents?
No, I went to one friend's house before O levels accompanied by my mother, and she sat in the other room, sat with my friend's mother, and my friend and I just we played on the PlayStation in the next room. But like the first time I went unaccompanied was O levels के midterm के आखिरी paper के बाद.
Damn.
That was the first time I went out with friends.
That's
and
incredible.
It's so you can imagine why I don't really show up to family events too much now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because all you had before was
Yeah, जो बात है.
I'm about to admit something which my mom wouldn't like if she's watching. But the first time I actually went unaccompanied with my friends was this one time I told my mother I had a project.
And I love projects. This is the best project. Project can do
The thing is, generally I was the kind of kid who would tell on kids to my mother कि like वो आपको पता है वो लड़का ऐसे करता है like वो those guys.
Well, then you deserve everything you have.
Yeah, I did.
Come on, what the hell?
But it's not like my mom was telling their moms. I just told her that some kids have started to smoke and shit.
That's okay.
Yeah, which was honestly just got me in more trouble because my mom trusted me less because of it. But however, there was a project and again this one year in grade 8 this new kid came into my class and he was harami. I was like okay ठीक है उन्हीं को नहीं बताऊंगा ये हरामी है because मुझे भी हरामी होने अम्मी को नहीं बताऊंगा कि ये लड़का हरामी है ठीक है उसने मुझे घर पे बुलाया मैं ग्रुप में आ गया प्रोजेक्ट के लिए हमने कहा ठीक है मैं उसके घर पे गया ना
Is this what I think it is?
Probably not.
Okay.
But जब मैं उसके घर पे गया ना I realized कि ये ज्यादा हरामी है like इतना मैंने भी एंटिसिपेट नहीं कर रखा था वो हमसे कह रहे चलो शीशा पीने जाते हैं ब्रो पहले सुट्टा ट्राई करें but yeah then I had to tell my mom कि वो हरामी है
What do you mean you had to tell your mom? I mean I get it, yeah.
Not that any of us smoke, but when have you all like?
So, where does the frame end? My elbow?
You gotta see what he's doing.
क्या हुआ?
To our audio listeners, Abdullah Quraish did absolutely nothing right now.
I mean, all I can assure you, audio listeners and visual listeners, is that I did not smoke.
He did not just smoke right now.
Yeah, I
but do you guys remember your first cigarette?
Yeah.
How did it come about?
That is which
Oh, mine was David off lights.
Actually, same tunnel switch.
Yeah, you guys admitting that you guys smoke though?
No, I've tried it.
For sure. Yeah, I can
I've tried
admit
it.
that.
I smoke so whatever.
Smoking's not cool, guys.
Yeah, it's not. It used to be cool as fuck though. Like,
here's the thing.
when I initially started.
Here's the thing. Some people look cool as fuck doing it.
We've discussed this. We've discussed this, Saad, and I think you should take this back because I think smoking is cool. Like the thing is, smoking is not cool. Like it's not like you shouldn't do it because it's bad for you and all that. And once you've grown up and realize that you don't need all that, that's cool. But no one can deny that like when you see someone like take a
Actually, not everyone. Not everyone looks good smoking. I do, but like not everyone.
I most people do. I think about all the people who smoke.
Yeah.
Right. And now imagine them not smoking.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But how did your first smoke come about?
I was at my friend's house doing a project. And he said, so that's how. That's the first time I smoked.
I was
talking my friend down to a higher level of drug. It was too early.
Aren't you super person?
Which kind of makes me worried because मेरा भाई is grade 8 में I'm like
But my bhai ने probably छोटा try कर लिया.
You guys have heard that thing
makes
now?
me I'm a little uncomfortable because बहुत छोटा है.
कितना छोटा है? He's like 14.
Grade 8 में bro.
What's that? 14?
13,
12?
13? I don't think he's tried it.
I think I tried it. I don't remember actually.
I don't remember when I tried, what age I was, but I do remember how it kind of happened. Like I was.
इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के फवाद अहमद के साथ शाहरुख वसीम आमिर को भी जो है वो कोविड हो गया.
मैं ये कहता है it's so not helping that during this entire conversation about smoking I cannot stop coughing. Like it's a good disclaimer sign. Kids, don't do
Also,
drugs.
guys, generally we are not advocating smoking here. Just to be very clear about it.
Also,
smoking is bad. Was never a smoker, but if I was, I would have quit it by now.
Wait a second. I would like to put in one small clarification. Twice now, Shah Rukh has used the word drugs instead of tobacco. We mean tobacco.
I said kids don't do drugs. This is a good thing to say.
Yeah, but
like why are you saying that don't say kids don't do drugs?
Yeah, don't
do
do
you want me
drugs.
to say kids do drugs?
Kids can do drugs.
Kids. What is it? Kids can do drugs.
If they want to.
We will never get monetized in our lives.
Kids, even if you want to do drugs, don't do them.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally don't.
No, like just don't. Like, what do you mean
Statistically, some of you will do drugs.
ideally? Yeah, probably, but just don't do it.
Not like where this conversation is going.
We can say both of those things at the
Because
same time.
statistically, some of you will do drugs. हरामी बच्चों अभी कर लो ताकि you bite the bullet for the rest of us, you know?
नहीं।
Like,
नहीं करना।
That's how
अच्छा वैसे
कोई
realistically
भी
guys
बच्चा drug नहीं
actually जो है 20-22 साल की उम्र में जाके करना ताकि तुम्हारा no, I'm being honest, like at least like try to
That-
protect yourself as far as
that
you
is
can.
true, that is
enjoy the drugs, but enjoy them responsibly.
Do it after you're 22, so your brain has fully developed.
man, I'm more worried about my mother seeing this than my stand-up comedy.
Yeah, my mom's not seeing this. I hope.
Yeah, I hope not. But hey,
But yeah, I mean, I've admitted to now. I'm good. I feel like I've really.
gotten it out of our system.
If you say so.
Right.
20 minutes, boys. We have about 5 minutes to go in the reel.
Chalo, man, I've been playing this new video game recently. That friend of ours, Kamal Jasim, you guys might have seen him in some of our videos. He introduced me and Shahrukh to it actually. It's called Stardew Valley. And essentially, it's like you guys remember Farmville? You take Farmville, mix it with Minecraft and Sims, but give it an RPG storyline. And that's what you have, right?
I'm sorry, this has been explained to us exactly in the way that you were explaining it by your brother just 2 days ago when we shot a podcast with him, which we didn't put up.
Fair enough.
In exactly the same way.
And an Avdi. In this exact layout. Abdullah Ganesh, Shahrukh Wasim, and an Avdi.
उस वाले को नहीं अपलोड करेंगे ना?
अजय को डिलीट हो गया।
But
Actually, हम एक certain comic के बारे में बहुत बुराइयां कर रहे थे, तो हमने
नहीं वो वाला नहीं है।
अच्छा बोला था?
वो एक अलग attempt है। बहुत we have 9 attempts.
Yeah, that's true.
For each podcast, you see there's probably like 6 attempts in the background.
I'm actually even like quite double-minded about this take. So
अच्छा
No, well, if you guys hear this, know that you are extremely privileged.
जो बात है.
Yeah, because this very well could not have been uploaded. I mean, it probably won't be. But if it is, then you know, when
I mean, I hope it is
Anyway,
uploaded. I hope it is uploaded. I feel like this was nice. Kids,
Yeah.
we gave out a good message.
Yeah.
And
that message is honestly the reason why I'm right now.
it's a jest. It's a jest.
no, it's definitely in jest, and I think we've kind of dug ourselves a hole. Let's dig out of it now.
Okay, in the remaining few minutes, we
Kids watch cartoons!
watch anime. Anyway, we mentioned that we might be going back to some sketches in a while.
Yeah.
But are there any things that you guys are excited about? Some things, we have a couple of projects coming up.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of sketches that we had written out before the PSL started. Anything in particular that you guys are excited about?
I think we're really excited about the short film being back on the table
Yeah.
because we were really excited about our short film project because it's sort of like with this group, this is the first time we are doing something. Not the first time, but we're doing something that is a bit more like profound artistic rather than like all but chod kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
So we're quite interested. It won't come out from Cactus, so do look out and follow the Goonj page where you will see that short film. And all
Yeah, for
content
sure.
related.
Same for me. I think we've generally been looking forward to it. And I think it was one of the things that I think all of us, without really telling each other, had really gotten into it in a way that we are actually following like protocol and how to do it. Like we
Yeah.
sort of like step by step progress was happening and it was happening pretty fast. I think we only have 7 minutes left. Oh, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. We went 7 seconds.
I'll tell you what though.
But what I was saying was that like so we sort of got into it and I think we'll all be happy to like jump back in.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm actually really excited that since we have a green screen now, there are a couple of sketches that we had written like a while ago that
But
we
we
just
never got around.
could not shoot because we didn't have the proper setup for it. But now I think we can do it. Like we have fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll come out soon. क्या कहते हैं? A sketch series of. Not to give too much away, but Pakistanis in space, and we'll leave it at that. And it's really fun. All of us have put in a lot of effort and jokes into the whole writing situation, and I'm really excited about that series coming up.
That's pretty cool. That's a good thing actually. It wasn't on the top of my mind. apart from that, we also have a couple of other sketches that are lined up. I think we've lost one series, the Gora Vlogger series. Because I saw our friend Hassan has taken it up before us.
Oh,
And Hassan and Hassan are doing a series.
Yeah,
on it.
and Shahrukh is not salty about it at all.
yeah, not at all. It's not like we wrote it and shot it and then lost it or anything.
We didn't, yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
It's not like it's edited and ready to be posted, but we just never got around to it.
But
to make it look like a one.
And how much of our podcast is just all members currently in front of the camera just laughing?
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Of
we just got outclassed.
No, but we're
No,
happy people. What the fuck is wrong with like?
I mean, I think what we can say is that we are not happy people.
we're not happy. Yeah,
I feel like
Were you channeling the angry scientist from Sheep in the Big City just now? Because it sounded. And I love that show. I love that show. Not when I was younger, when I grew up a little, I'm like, nah, this show बहुत smart था.
Well, actually, so there were a couple of Nickelodeon shows actually that were so underrated. As
Nickelodeon
like,
shows are great.
I did not catch the brilliance of them. Not a lot of Cartoon Network because they were either pretty straight up simple or they were too fucked up for you to watch.
yeah, like Johnny Bravo.
yeah, dude, whatever.
Yeah, that was simultaneously too simple and.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But hey, I'll tell you, Sheep in the Big City, I revisited it recently and you know, everyone knows, haha, there's a character called General Specific, Private Public, but do you guys remember what the robot the military had was called?
I don't know.
It was called the plot device. And whenever they got stuck, they'd go like, plot device, hello.
That's lovely. You break the fourth wall, but kids have no idea what that means.
Jo baat hai.
It's lovely.
The good show, really smart, really smart. Right, yeah.
If you guys have any ideas for what we should talk about next or what panel combination of Cactus you would like to see most, please leave it in the
Don't tell
comments.
us.
No, tell us. But
We won't pay heed to it, but do tell us.
We might actually. I was just
We
thinking. No, do tell us.
I was actually very seriously
Engage
saying
and
that.
interact.
No, these guys are being
And
fucking
if the
idiots.
answer is Huzaifa, Samir and Abdullah Alvi as our low self-esteem tell us it might be,
I don't
just
think that's.
we'll be fine with it.
But the point is कि मतलब बर्गर चूतियों के अलावा भी अगर कोई कमेंट हो तो हमारे लिए कर देना थैंक्स
Alright. Like and subscribe. And don't do drugs.
Or do drugs statistically.